Welcome everyone to the first general body meeting of the semester. I am seeing a lot of people, much more than I expected. I expected like a lot of people. So thank you all for coming. I am so glad that all of you could come. It honestly makes me proud to know that we have a very vibrant community that is very engaged with the club, and you have come to demonstrate that. So, first thing is, since we have a lot of new people here, I think it's necessary that we introduce who we are, the officers. So, hello guys, I'm Charles. I am the president of Knights of the Paw. Also a senior biology student doing biology stuff. And yes, I am a G-Shep, note, highly petable. So, hello. And also, I also work as a medical assistant and hoping to go to medical school after I graduate.
Hi, I'm Chai or Pooka Slay. Whatever you want to call me, I don't really care. I'm your vice president. I'm a junior biology student. I'm a transfer, so I don't really know where I'm at. So I'm just going to say junior and hope I graduate next year. I'm a sky puppy. I was a husky last semester, but I have changed. I am reformed. I'm now a bat. Once a musky husky, always a musky. And I'm a water science technician at Disney.
Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Sam. You guys can also call me Val. That's what my Sona's name is. I'm a sophomore forensic science student. And I don't have a job yet, unfortunately. I can't find work. Big sad. Unfortunately, I'm more responsible with you guys' money than I am with my own. So I promise I'm a treasurer, I promise.
Hi, my name's Gabe. My son's name is Asher. Half this campus knows me by one of those two. It's funny, it's like 50-50, so I just respond to both at this point. I am the newest officer for Knights of the Paw. I was elected at the end of last semester as your secretary. And a little fun fact about me is I am actually a preschool teacher down in Parrish in Manatee County. So, furry teacher.
Okay, so you guys can do this. You can come up here and introduce yourselves. You can turn to your neighbor, or you can just like sit there and not say anything because we don't judge here. So you can let us know your major, career goal, or just the career that you're in now, your favorite hobby, and an interesting fact about yourself. So does anyone want to come up here and say anything?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, cool. Come on up. We can form a line, whatever y'all want to do.
All right, go first.
The front line.
All right. So, I'm Michael. So, I'm a computer science major. I've been in UCF for 2 weeks. I transferred from Valencia, so I think I'm sophomore, probably in the middle of sophomore. Favorite hobby, I like playing. Besides, I like playing a lot of video games and stuff like that. I also I like writing, world building. Also like Warhammer, bunch of shit, bunch of nerd stuff. And one interesting fact for myself is that I'm bilingual. I can speak both English y puedo también hablar español perfectamente. So there you go. Period.
Hi guys, my name's Jacob. I'm business management major here, freshman, yeah. And my hobby is dressing up as a lion and walking around campus.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Best. I'm a digital media major, web design. Career girl. Whatever, I'll just say what I do now. I'm a vendor at conventions. I mostly do horror conventions, and that's how I make my money nowadays. Favorite hobby, those conventions. Oh, cosplay, but I do very like cosplay. One interesting fact about myself. Oh, damn it. Well, I'm a business owner who does the conventions. I do the horror conventions, but hopefully I can do Megaplex one year.
Hi, I'm Raiko. That's my Fursona's name. If you saw on Instagram, I was the fox head that was in that little corner spot of the table. But I'm new. My major is studio art. My career goal is to find a job that I don't have to do much work, but I get money for it because we chose a very expensive hobby. And, my favorite hobby is cosplay, which is the reason I was able to create Raiko and the whole fursuit thing. And then one interesting fact about me, I'm chaotic in the best ways possible. I'll leave it at that.
Okay,
That's my
neutral.
introduction.
Hi, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you, Alex. No, I'm technically, Talon, what am I? Junior? I'm technically a junior.
College.
Yeah. My major is character animation pending. My favorite hobby is Minecraft. And one fun fact about me is I did your commission. I see you now. I'm Alex. I'm Waffles. Anyways, I'm gonna go sit down.
Anyone that hasn't been to a general body meeting before?
I haven't been to one in a hot minute.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, out of sheer curiosity, before anyone else comes up, show of hands, who here is this their first general body meeting?
Keep going.
Everyone put your head back up. Everyone put your head back up. Put your head back up for a second. How many of you are new to UCF in general? Really? I was expecting more freshmen, not gonna lie.
Wow.
Okay, cool to know. Cool to know.
That's awesome.
Okay, does anyone else want to introduce themselves before we move on? You.
Yes.
Come up. Yes.
Good evening. I'm Ryan. My major is digital media, game design. Yep. And my career goal is to eventually, one day I want to start my own indie company, and maybe it's a pipe dream, but like a AAA studio if I can. My favorite hobby is I play way too much video games, mostly Destiny 2. And an interesting fact is I wear this hat and this jacket everywhere, mostly because I like to keep people guessing if it's unironically wearing this hat.
My name is Sufla. I met these two this past week, just like out and about. I was here last semester, but I only really went to one meeting, and there was not as many people here. I'm an environmental science major. I don't know if I already said it, but my name's Sufla. Oh well. My favorite hobby is, I guess, making avatars for VR chat. I do commissions. And my most interesting fact is I am top 8,000 in Beat Saber globally, so 7,800.
Hi everyone, I'm Quote. I've been here before. Anyway, yeah, it's been like 2 years. I'm just now coming back, and I'm glad to see a lot of new faces, some old faces. And
Same here. I know exactly how that feels because I'm like the last meeting I went to was in like, what was that, like February 2020 was like the last meet I ever went to, so I get it.
yeah,
I remember it, yeah.
I remember you.
Good to see you back. And
Good to see you.
back.
All right.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm an IT major, and this is my senior year. So.
Nice.
So, hello, my name is Aries, and I'm giving you my government name. My major is health sciences, preclinical track. My career goal is to become an immunohematologist, aka blood banker, because blood is beautiful. My favorite hobby, I'm a phlebotomist, so you know.
Where was the horror drawer again?
Where's the horror?
Blood is beautiful. Use
Blood
that
is
as your
beautiful,
inspiration.
okay? It's so pretty. What was I saying? Favorite hobby, I guess the Cosmere, because it ties into my one interesting fact. I have read every single book. This is era 2 Mistborn. I do own the Mistborn board game along with the expansion as well as the board game for the Stormlight Archive. And I did pay for the back Kickstarter for Brandon Sanderson for his 4th secret project, and my boyfriend had all the monthly subscriptions, so we're both very big nerds for the Cosmere. So if you like it, let me know, because I need to chat. There's so much that happened after Era 2, now that it concluded, so I need to let that all out. Thank you.
There we go. Okay, so we are accepting club dues at this meeting, and the meeting's going further. We will accept cash, and you can also scan this QR code to sign up for the PayPal. Basically, it's just a Google form. You let us know your information. Sam will reach out to you.
Yes. So if there is any issues you're having, if the QR code's not working for you, if you think you put something wrong in the QR form, whatever happens, I'm SamVal on Telegram. You can come message me about that, and I can send you a different invoice, send you a new one, whatever the case may be. But yes, this form will basically make it where you fill out information, your Telegram name if you have one, Discord, however I can reach you, what email you use for your PayPal, and then you should be able to get I will send you an invoice with that same email from the KniP account, and you can send it that way.
So we want to give a big thank you to those who helped volunteer with us for the tabling. For any other tabling events, they're going to be announced in our Telegram chat and hopefully in the Discord. We kind of forget about the Discord sometimes, sorry. But yeah.
Okay, guys. So the code of conduct, which has been available to review for a month and that we've been working on for far much longer, is now available. Everybody here has been given the opportunity to read it. Unfortunately, it's like 3 pages long, so if we were to read it here, it'd probably take around like a while. So, does anybody have any questions about specific rules in the code of conduct that they want asked now?
Where could I read it? I just kind of came here.
Oh, there's a link on the pinned message and the Telegram that you'll be able to read the Google Doc for.
I'm not in the Discord.
Telegram. Oh, okay. Based on how many people here haven't been able to view it, I'm gonna go ahead and put it up there so everybody can go ahead and view it real quick.
Question while they're doing that, or while you're doing that, Charles, who can vote?
Oh, yes. So, only paying members will be able to vote for this one, according to the Constitution. But people that have paid for last semester are allowed to vote for general business stuff like this for this meeting. Okay, so basically these first 2 sections right here, the event and meeting rules and the Telegram and Discord rules, are the rules that you guys are going to have to follow. If you break them, suffer the consequences. Question?
Okay, so the only one I had a question on was section 2, letter I. How would you determine continuous discussion? That's the only thing that I've had.
Continuous discussion of a time. So pretty much it's what we're talking about is like a discussion that goes on longer for say 10 or 20 minutes, and there's only 2 people talking about it. Is generally something that you want to bring to a private chat. Like, basically, don't hog the chat just for your private conversation. That's basically what the rule is.
Okay, so the only question I have is, what if it's like a general conversation, but there's only someone else joining in, but you want others to join in and they're not joining in?
Well, that should be allowed, but
okay.
I think it's more like if you're messaging somebody in particular, they could have been a DM.
Yeah.
Like,
Essentially.
Okay.
That's the term. What it means here is discouraged. It's not prohibited, but you don't do that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Don't do. Yeah.
If it can be a DM, put it in the DM.
Yes. So yes.
For 2K, inactive accounts can be removed at the officer's discretion. So like, I'm not really active on the Discord server, but I would very much like to still be there.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine. What I'm talking about inactive accounts is that basically
you don't show up to meetings, you don't interact in the chat, you don't interact with anyone outside the club. Like, if you basically just joined and then disappeared off the face of the earth.
Basically.
Like, you're active outside of it, you talk to other people in the Telegram, you're active.
There's an alumni there that's just, their account's just like sitting there.
Yeah, exactly. Some people graduate and don't come back, that kind of thing.
It's just basically a rule that allows us to do housekeeping. Like, keep the chats full of active members. Yeah. So that shouldn't affect you. And if it does, like, by accident, let us know, because that's not supposed to happen. All right then. And any other questions? Okay, I'm going to move on to the next 2 pages, and then I'll give you some time to read that. Section 4 is the penalties that we're going to be able to place on members that do not follow the rules. Most of you shouldn't worry about this because you're all upstanding citizens.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, keeping my eye on you. But essentially, there has been some statement that like, hey, some people are not going ahead and being equally punished, and we wanted to go ahead and set like basically a framework for like everybody's treated fairly. Nobody's going ahead and getting a different treatment just because like they know people or something. Everybody has to be treated the same, regardless of their status within the club. So. Yeah, that's 4. And then number 5 is basically just 2 things, just basically steps that you to if you have a concern about like a member that is, say, making you uncomfortable or creating a disruption that is not consistent with the club's goals, you can go ahead and report either those concerns to an officer directly or through our complaint form. That should be out. If it's not, I will make it. And of course, UCF has their own reporting system that is available through that link. If you got, of course, if you see something, say something, let us, let the university know if you see a problem that you think should come to their attention.
Yeah, that's very
40.
Okay.
Seems like it.
Any questions about these two sections?
Unanimous vote. We all agree we're gonna pass
Yeah.
this.
All right then. With that
Awesome,
case,
awesome,
yeah.
let's go.
All right, and then in just a few minutes, we are going to have our Fursona Workshop hosted by Chai Tea.
Hi everyone. Hi. Hi. Welcome. Okay, Fursonas. What is it?
Is it a sauce?
Okay, so thank you.
Wikipedia.
Okay, I know, wiki for. Okay, so let's start with the basics. What is a fursona? Ideas, anyone?
Curry character.
Thank you. Great answer. Basically. So, according to Wikipedia, which is a horrible source, don't actually quote it in any of your papers here. You will get an F. It is defined as a personalized animal character created by someone in the furry fandom. They may. Yes, take notes. There is a quiz. Oh, I should have made it a hoot. That would have been fun. Next time, remember this for next semester or next session. There you go.
Session.
Next class. Okay. So basically, it's a person as a furry. So you, animal. Like, what's that one book?
Animorphs?
Yes, Animorphs. Basically, except without like the agonizing pain. Okay, so they come in many different colors, shapes, sizes, and species. Look at these cutie patooties. Okay, so how do you choose a species? So there are a bunch of different ways to choose species. So some ways you might take Fursona quizzes online. So there's this one, the Ultimate Fursona Quiz. I've taken it. It is fun. It's very easy. Just put in a couple answers and they'll just throw something out at you. It's great to get a general idea. And just take it multiple times if you don't like what you get. I do that a lot. You can also watch YouTube videos that are just other furries describing how they find theirs. So Pocari love them. And you can also just use Fursona generators. They also give you a very broad one. I have gone onto one furry generator that was like, here's the name, this is what they do, this is their occupation. It was like really in depth. If you really want it to be that in depth, go for it. If you don't, there's just really blank ones that's like purple fox, and you're like, all right.
It does not have to have a backstory or you'll have people that have like entire like explanations of why their soda is the way it is, and then you have some people that's like, it's me, but a fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have both. I have love.
You can ask Chat GPT to create a fursona, and you can make it like really, really insanely detailed. Like it is crazy what it comes up with.
You can also use
really
AI if you like to. Some people have very strong feelings about AI, so do what you like. Okay, so this is a controversial. Oh yeah, question in the back.
There's also Pig Crew. It's a website with like doll maker stuff. There's furry pig crews on the website.
And Doll Divine. I don't know if Doll Divine's still running, but Doll Divine also works as well.
Doll Divine, yeah. Doll Divine.
That was my child.
Same. So, close species. This is a controversial topic in the Fursona fandom, or just the furry fandom in general. If you're really into it and you want to make sure that you are PC in the furry fandom, you should know about closed species. So a closed species, according to WikiFur again, is a fictional species that's claimed to be owned by someone, but they can't actually be copyrighted. So owned, not legally. You could steal if you really want to, but that's like highly frowned upon, and they will go after you. Like they like check on you.
So I will note, like, if you choose a closed species, that is your prerogative, but just keep in mind that if you are looking for commissions, certain artists don't want to get into that mess, so you will have a harder time looking for people willing to do that art. But honestly, closed species is not really an issue that will come up very often unless you're specifically looking for a closed species. And yeah. Did someone have a question?
Anyone? Oh, okay, cool. So there are 3 different tiers on the original posted species just in the furry community whatsoever. So there are open, they're free to make, free to customize, do whatever you want. This is like Dutch angel dragons, circles. Some protogens are free to use as well and are open. And you can also create and sell adopts by these. So if does anyone not know what an adopt is? No? Okay, cool. Semi-open is limited ability to own that actual character. So you're actually going to create it and then go to the original creator, so the person who actually made the species, basically be like, can I get this approved? Some of them will charge you. If you got extra money and you're like, I just need this species in my life, go for it. But it's a little bit of a hassle. You also cannot really sell them unless you also get creator approval. And the closed species are only obtainable through adoption, so let's think of a closed species.
Some of the ones in VR chat.
Yeah, like some VR chat, you have to go to that specific world, pay for it, or contact the owner and be like, I want one of these. And if they are open with giving one to you, you gotta pay for it most of the time.
Primogens.
Yeah, primo,
Yeah,
whatever.
Hybrid wicker beasts and god amp waves, I would also fall in that category.
The worst punishment though for doing a closed species is getting blacklisted from their community. So like, don't worry.
Yeah, so there are a few in circulation because they are closed species and they will be marked as official. Again, it's a big hassle, so if you really want a closed species, you gotta go through a bunch of hoops for it.
Yeah. Now, just one thing to add, as a few people have mentioned here, the recognition of like artists being able to make closed species is itself a point of argument. Mm-hmm. So if depending on your opinions, I'm just letting you know that there are a sizable portion of artists which say you can't have a closed species and do whatever the heck you want with these because they shouldn't have any legal power over you. That's it.
Yeah.
Also, in case you haven't been able to decipher, if it is a real animal, it's not a closed species. If it's a hybrid, it's not a closed species.
Model's a closed species.
Honestly, don't worry about like accidentally copying closed species. Just like the crowd that actually does care about copying closed species, if you can just like don't call it a closed species, easily argue and they should back off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So frequently asked question that I thought of was, how do I know if the species is closed? You got to research the origin of the original species, and it will typically tell you in an art blog or just a post on Twitter or anything like that. Even on For Affinity, there's going to be just blog posts about what's allowed, what's not. If you really want to go through all that trouble, go for it. It's a long rabbit hole. You gotta like dig through. Some species were made in like 2007, so have fun with that. So, yeah.
What about the literal copyrighted species?
The actual copyrighted?
Ritos.
Probably don't mess with anything copyrighted.
That's fine. Like that counts as fan works.
Oh yeah, then that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, like you talk about like Sonic OCs and all that stuff.
Yeah,
people have made tons of stuff like that. People have made Mario OCs with no problem either. Now, like because they're considered original enough that the companies can't have any legal basis over you.
Yeah. So.
Even closed species don't have a legal basis.
Yeah.
Your hedgehog's blue.
Obviously, if you're like making like a Pokemon character and it's that Pokemon, you say it's that Pokemon, you can't like legally you can't sell merch of it. You're probably not going to get stopped, but if you're worried about like legal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that point up. Like Pokemon is probably like the most like the one thing that like a lot of people go ahead and make art, which is technically all of them are licensed characters. I don't want to say enough because I don't know enough about that to really say like you can do this or that. So, yeah.
I mean, if you like just grab a growlithe and then paint it pink, it's fine.
Generally, at least at conventions or just like in general, if it's like a one-off thing, it's usually fine like a commission, but you can't mass produce it.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so now that we've talked about picking our species, let's talk about coloring. Coloring is so much fun. Is anyone in color theory in here? Good luck. I heard it's a horrible class. It's not horrible, but it's also not fun. So how do you decide a color palette? So there's plenty of different ways, just like choosing a species. You can base your color palette off the species you like. Like a lot of furries just use different real world examples. So like this was Chai when she was a husky. I literally just looked up a husky and I was like, cute! And I just threw it on. I was like, wow, brown, that's me. You can also use color palette generators like coolers. So there's that. That one you have to like pay like $3 or something to like use the full website or something now.
No.
Are you doing
If you use it on the computer, it's free. If you're buying the app, it's
No, I use it on the computer and they're like, you have to pay for Pro if you want to download it. So I just screenshotted it. Yeah.
Screenshot it, snipping tool.
Also, if you're me, you just screw around in Microsoft Paint.
It's what? Oh, thank you.
Coolers, it comes up. Whoops. What colors are on the
bucket tool.
Sorry. Ignore the M on the .com, it's .co. Okay, so you can also use images. So like this one's just a pretty picture of a beach and they just took all the colors off of it. I like the one at the bottom that's iron ore. I was like, Minecraft. But yeah, so you can also just grab colors from a picture that you've taken or just one that you find. People also use those really cool aesthetic boards where they just throw in a bunch of pictures that they like and then just like snag colors from each one of it. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you like the color blue and you want to be a blue fox, be a blue fox. We can have more blue foxes in the world. Who cares? Okay, so now that you have a general idea of your fursona, now what? So the great thing about fursonas is there's a ton of bases online that are free to use. So just snag one of those and start drawing on it if you can't draw. It's really fun. It's just like coloring books. We have some up here that you guys can color in once we're all done with this. But yeah, we choose different design aspects on patterns that you'd like, as well as symbols. So let's say you really like the sky, you can use stars. So like right here, here's a base. Just it's color in, it's a PNG. You can literally just color it in the background. So it's a free to use base that I took off of DeviantArt from Samalam Bases. They have amazing bases. You will find them every single time you look up bases. Their art is awesome. So you sketch out a pattern. I used an Ursa Major from My Little Pony, Ursa Minor, sorry, from My Little Pony just to make it look super cute. Yippee, My Little Pony! And then I chose a color palette and colored her in. So there she is. She's a little star bear thing. I don't know, she's cute. Care Bear. Care Bear. Yes, you always give credit to bases you use. If you are posting any art of your character whatsoever, you can see at the bottom that little text over there. Base by Samalam DA, and then character belongs to Chai T Furry, which is me. So always put that you are using someone's base, and sometimes they are paid to you. So you will see FTU or F2U, geez, or PTU or P2U. So the P's mean it's paid, F means it's free, go for it.
If it has a $ sign on it, it's not free.
Exactly, or it'll just have a really big watermark that's like, do not use.
These ones up here, by the way, have a watermark. What's their name? I cannot remember their name because it's insanely hard to pronounce. But they made these, and they are free to use. They also allow tips, and which is awesome to support an artist if they do that. So yeah, there's a bunch up here. Also, when it gets to that, there are fewer of some species than there are others. I accidentally printed 32 canines. Don't know how. The UCF printers just, yeah. The UCF printer knows, let's be honest here. And one more thing while we're talking about this real quick and talking about character design. Don't let anyone tell you that your design is stupid. It's like the Stan Lee quote about if you have an idea that you genuinely think is good and makes you happy, don't let any idiot tell you otherwise.
Yeah, because it's your persona. It's like you're not making it to please other people, and if you are, you need to reevaluate that persona because that's not what it's meant to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is me as a dog if I was the way everyone wanted me to be. Please don't do that. Please.
Okay, so now that we have a idea in mind, so we sketched out the persona, we colored it, we know what we want, we can start on a reference sheet. So reference sheets, you don't have to do one. You can just send in a picture of your persona, just front facing. An artist will usually just know what you're talking about. It's really easy to decipher what's going on. If you got business in the front, party in the back, you might want to do a reference sheet. So they can include different clothing options, music taste, specific details, character beliefs, and anything else you want to add on there. They are a general basis. Again, you don't have to have one, but many artists can also make one for you as well. You can just commission someone and be like, hey, I want to reference you this character. I can't draw for shit. And then they'll be like, nah, all right, I got you $30. Which is really low. You should take it if it's $30.
Yeah.
And there's no specific way to create a reference sheet. If you want to have just clothes on there, not even add the persona, okay, do it. I don't care. Like, there's no specific way. So I put an example of Chai when I first made her. So there she is. She's wearing clothes. She's got her arm cut off. Whatever. And I just added a bunch of stuff. And then when I changed her into a bat, I started adding my music taste. What I know, I love Dr. Pepper. So she gotta have Dr. Pepper.
The only doctor I trust.
Exactly. I added. So it also doesn't have to specifically be you. You're still creating a character. So I made that she lives off the Mexican coast in a cave, which I definitely don't, or I wouldn't be here. She has 2 beta fish named Bruce and Pico. She's dating a falcon. I'm not dating a falcon. So there's a bunch of different things that you can add onto there. Again, just add whatever you want. If you want to add that your persona is really, really, really into Dr. Pepper, just put a whole thing of Dr. Pepper on there. Do whatever you want. No one cares.
Your Dr. Pepper Sona.
Your Dr.
Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper.
Okay, so this is still a hot internet debate. You will find it everywhere on TikTok, Twitter, furry social media whatsoever. What if my character looks similar to someone else's? So let's say you made a pink spider, and then someone's like, but my spider's pink. Oh my gosh, there can be 2 pink spiders in the world. No one's gonna like go crazy.
There's too many of us for us to all be unique with our ideas. We're bound to have someone that looks similar.
So people that compare other characters to other characters, it's not cool. Don't do it. That makes you a bad person. It's not nice to do that. To be like, your character looks just like this one character from this one show that was made in like the 1800s. Like, who cares?
Made in the 1800s.
Listen, they put like carvings on the wall. You're like, wait a minute. That looks just like this one furry.
Your brown Great Dane Stone looks like Scooby-Doo.
Yes. So it's your persona. Make it your own. Don't worry if it looks too similar to someone else's. Who cares? As long as you made it yours and you didn't base it off that person's, whatever. Chai was a husky. Now she's a bat. They look basically the exact same, but they're different. I mean, got long ears, so. Can't believe you ruined the surprise. Okay. Now that you have your persona, we've been talking a lot about commissioning. So you gotta find an artist you enjoy. So again, Twitter, Furfinity, DeviantArt, all these different social medias are a great way to find furry artists. Just find an art style you like, and if you really like it, you can pay to get your work done for it. Usually in their bio, they will have commissions open or commissions closed. If they don't, you can always ask by just sending them a tweet or a comment. And if they are open, just shoot them a DM and be like, hey, I want to commission my furry. But before you do that, you need to read their terms of service. So a lot of big artists do have a really long terms of service because they have gone through some stuff. So just make sure to read that terms of service, give it a quick glance through. A lot of them will be like, you need to pay 50% up front, and then after I send you a sketch, pay the other 50%. Some of them will do payment plans, so you can just be like, I'll give you $1 now, and when you send me a sketch, I'll give you another $1, blah, 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 whatever. This also works with getting fursuits as well. A lot of fursuit makers will give payment plans, so it's really nice to be able to pay out your fursuit as it's getting made, instead of just having a bajillion dollars up front and being like, here, take it, I trust you. Like, there have been some call-out posts. So some people may also be lying about who they are online. We all grew up in the internet age. We all know this. Our parents have been telling us for ages, it's probably a creepy old man behind the screen. Probably. So just verify their account. You can also check their link tree, which is basically just a website that brings you to a bunch of other links, and you can verify their TikTok, Twitter, whatever they put up there. You can look at their actual like Shopify account or their Ko-fi. Make sure that they are actually who they say they are, because again, it's the internet. People are gonna do something for a quick buck. They might just take your money, they might leave. It happens. Some may also send you progress work, so they might send you a sketch and then they'll send you line art. They'll be like, do you need me to change anything? But also don't be afraid to ask if you've been waiting for a while. So let's say you commission someone, it's been 2 weeks, and you see on their queue, so like sometimes they'll post a queue, they'll be like, this person's up next. If your name has been sitting up there and you're like, I kind of want to see what's going on, don't be afraid to send them a message. You're giving them money, you're giving them service. Ask them what's going on. Sometimes they're really nice and they're like, yeah, I got you, here's a sketch, or hey, I'm really sorry, I've been going through some stuff right now. Is it okay if you can wait a little longer? Don't feel bad to ask for a refund. Don't feel bad to pull out. That is your money, okay? I mean, all artists, they're small businesses. Really, they're just like usually one person, so it's a lot.
So just a small few tips. So as Chai has said, artists that have TOSs, you should definitely read them, because they will put they'll be giving you also what rights you have for like the art, like if you can ask for a refund and all that stuff, and obligations that the artist has to you. So that's why if you are an artist going ahead and accepting commissions, you probably should go ahead and work on a TOS to give to your commissioners, because it helps not only you, it helps them as well, because everybody will have a fair understanding of what they should expect when commissioning you. And if you're going ahead and doing fursuits, you definitely need a TOS. That's like thousands of dollars on the line. You do not want to go to like, God forbid, small claims court and you don't have a contract to show them. So yeah, that's just one tidbit there.
And go ahead.
One thing about commissions, because commissions also don't just have to be one Sona. It can be two. You can have like two of your Sonas hugging or something. But also, if you're going to include two Sonas and one is someone else's, please be respectful. Ask for their permission. It is really, really weird if you were scrolling Instagram and you saw a picture of your Sona being kissed by a random, can you see why that is just weird? Please be respectful. Some artists will actually ask for someone, they'll find their Twitter and they'll actually ask that person, hey, is it okay if this drawing gets done with you? Please just be respectful of that. If you're going to do something with another person, please make sure that you have their consent for it.
And the big thing at the bottom, be friendly. Don't be mean, or they literally won't do your art. We're all humans. We're all people. As some people are Therians, that's cool too. Just be nice. Just be nice. We live on this planet Earth in harmony. Peace and love. You can also tip your artist. I do that every single time I get a commission. I'm like, oh, wow, $8 commission, here's $5. Please, take my money. I love you. Tip your artist if you can. don't feel obliged to, but if you're really, you really want to support them, they usually have a Ko-fi link, which is buy me a coffee, buy me a Ko-fi, whatever. It's an easy tipping service. It goes straight to their PayPal. They don't get any fees taken out or anything. It's a really great service. So if you really do love that artist, you just want to support them, you can also go on Patreon and just be like, I want to be a subscriber, I love your art. Sometimes you get free art throughout the month just because they want to do some free art for their Patreon subscribers. Do what you love and love what you do. Okay. Are there any questions?
Oh my god. That's a very interesting interview.
Thank you.
Did you draw the puppy?
Did you
Drew
draw
over them? I drew over them.
It looks like the puppy that's old.
Oh no, it was an actual bat like being held.
Oh my god.
The actual quote is like, I am very small, I've had a very rough day, and I have no money. Can you imagine the stress I have?
Oh, so John Mulaney.
I mean, that's also true.
Yeah, right? So does anyone have any questions about Fursonas? No? Okay, yippee! Okay, so we have colored pencils. We have these sheets that Asher was so nice to print out for us. We have a bunch of canines and a couple others. Feel free to come up and grab, or just if you want a blank sheet of, well, not really blank, but like a lined paper to just doodle on, come see me. I have a huge notebook. Feel free to come up and ask any questions you guys might have, and break.